from illness, but ready to go. Um,
Radiance Band.
I've got some tea alongside the grocery store in my town finally stocked some G2. So I finally have some G2.
10 seconds to pick.
It's the more watered down Gatorade. It's not the no sugar Gatorade, it's the low sugar Gatorade. When you're sick, there's nothing better. Get those electrolytes. So we got a Wyvern band and an OD band, and I love this OD band. Really opens up the middle lane.
10 seconds. 5 seconds. Hurry, hurry. Dyer's Band. Ten seconds to pick. 5 seconds. Hurry, hurry. Team pick.
Yeah. Really seems like I was gonna say really seems like Kyubi is the young hotshot on this team. Dude. Yeah. I've been away. As the Spirit Breaker, has he maintained his dominance in the league, or is he kind of
5
fallen off?
seconds remain. Dyer team pick.
Hmm.
Ten seconds to pick. Radiant team are now picking. Lion.
Some classic 4 anchors. I mean 1 anchor. Dota right now. Yep.
Only 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Hurry, hurry. Radiance Band.
Yeah, and a Hoodwink coming out. This looks like a 1 anchor draft from the Norwegian Italian coalition right now. This is interesting.
Dyer's Band.
Yeah.
Radiance Band. Dyer's Band.
Um,
Only 10 seconds.
I don't know. When I see a Lifestealer ban, does it indicate like they want to pick something that's gonna man fight really hard, or something that the Lifestealer can outlast? It's kind of this isn't a hero you really see banned too much.
Radiance Band.
Yeah.
10 seconds to pick. 5 seconds remain.
I might be a bit biased here, but I would love to see you see the Void Spirit band coming out. I would love to see an Ember Spirit come out in this second phase for one anchor. I think it works really well with the Mars and the Lion. You have all this lockdown, and then you just keep compounding that lockdown with the Ember Spirit. It's very aggressive. It can escape the Spirit Breaker. Um,
Only 10 seconds. Dire team pick.
yeah.
Only 10 seconds. 5 seconds. Hurry, hurry.
Yeah.
Radiant team pick.
Maresca has arrived.
Interesting. So this is the 5, right? This must be the 5, unless. Yeah.
10 seconds to pick. 5 seconds. Hurry,
Mhm.
hurry.
Yeah. Yeah, it gives you some flexibility with who you match it up with, and Dark Will of Mars is certainly like a pretty dangerous combo.
Radiant's turn to royally screwed up.
Oh, sick. I'm gonna get so many followers. Gonna get verified.
Only 10
Lich coming
seconds.
out. Yep.
5 seconds remain. Dire team are now picking.
Mm.
Queen
Ooh.
of pain.
10 seconds to pick. 5 seconds remain.
Yeah. Yeah, I would still like to see an Ember Spirit here. I think the matchup's pretty good, but I actually, what do you think about a Lone Druid? The Rufio special here. I think the matchup versus Queen of Pain isn't too bad. Hmm,
Radiant's ban.
okay.
Phantom assassin.
I like this. I think there's a lot of squishy heroes that on their backline right now that the PA can really just.
10 seconds to pick. 5 seconds. Hurry, hurry. Dire's ban.
Yeah.
Radiant's ban.
Yeah, it does kind of telegraph what kind of hero you're gonna want for your mid lane a little bit. But with the the mid lane matchup already kind of being shown with the Queen of Pain pick. I
Hey,
don't
so
think you can
I just got word that I've been muted for 5 minutes, so love this. Not you
Oh,
though,
amazing.
so you're just talking to like
This has been some of my best analysis ever. So
dude, this has been some of my best analysis ever. I'm sorry everyone missed it. Oh damn, that's funny as hell. No, because every time when the stream ends, I end up muting my mic and I forget to unmute it. But 5 AM things, guys, sorry about that.
oh, I'm trying to pop out your chat.
Production quality, bro.
5 seconds remain.
At least there's music.
Okay. So they banned PL. They banned. Yeah, this I was kind of anticipating a Viper ban because.
Okay, so let me just run through all the analysis from Perma Sneeze that you might have missed. Smile. Spirit Breaker Hoodwing looks more like a 1 anchor draft than a usual coalition draft. So a lot of deny picks coming in. The Mars Lion gonna be a very good kill lane. Dark Willow follow up as well. Gonna give the Terrorize into arena combo. A lot of chaos and very nice for PA to come in and pick off whatever backliner that she wants. She's not gonna be under a lot of threat because she's not gonna be the one presenting herself. Queen of Pain, very solid pick overall in the mid lane to round it off, and a blind pick into a potential counter pick because of the fact that she can either come out even or win most of her lanes. Mr. Beats over here suggested a lone druid bias from Rufio. I said absolutely not because Lich Frost Shield just beats that man up and the bear just provides an additional Chain Frost target. Overall, draft wise, they're looking for a last pick on their carry. And Anchor's most likely looking for their mate for Chio over here. Now, I haven't seen Rufio play PA before. Usually when I see PA, I think of Chio. So I'm not sure whether they're going to do some mid swapping around. They have tried to put Rufio mid here and there, but to very limited success. So we're going to see what they opt for here. The Viper and Puck Band come out, and it's going to be a Faceless Void. So overall, a pretty nice draft coming out from the side of the Coalition. I feel like they've rounded out everything properly. I just, once again, maybe Queen of Pain and Faceless Void, both very mobile heroes. They might be underestimating the amount of disables that can, chain disables that can come out from the anchors, right? But that one all comes down to execution. Ooh! We finally get to see it! Baby, it's the Chio Art Warden. Long have we waited. Finally, we're gonna get it on the main stage here. It's usually always banned out, but we're finally gonna see this man flex his frail little sparky shoulders or whatever the fuck you call them. I'm excited for this one. This is exactly why I stayed up until 5 fucking AM for this show. Oh my god.
I like this pick a lot. The Arc Warden is really annoying to deal with when you're playing Faceless Void because you want to use the Chrono, and you can't really fight into the Arc Warden illusion as Faceless Void. Because what are you gonna do? Commit a Chrono for an illusion?
Yeah, it's not. They don't really have a
It's
very
very
good way
annoying.
of. I mean, okay. So on the bright side, not on the bright side, but on one hand, you are playing with the Spirit Breaker in hand, right? So at any point in time, if you try and show your main hero on the map, that's where it could get a bit dicey. Because once you get the charge off, that's basically a flat indicator that okay, this is the main hero. We have eyes on him. Let's make a beeline for him straight away.
Yeah.
On
And
the
if there
other
was
hand-
ever, oh, go ahead.
No, it's okay. Sorry.
Sorry, I forgot
yeah.
there was 2 points there.
No,
I
never
forgot.
mind. That's all the points I want to make. Carry on.
If this is kind of more of a meme, but if there was ever a game to go Shard Ags very quickly on Faceless Void, it is this game right here.
Okay.
Against this lineup.
Okay, Beats. I'm gonna need you to shut the hell up. Which draft do you favor more?
I do really like the Arc Warden, but I think the Norwegian Italian coalition is like actually very well rounded.
Yeah, I think I have to favor the Norwegian Italian coalition as well. But of course, my heart, it screams for this Art Warden to win, and I'll be rooting for my boys as usual. Biased caster here, smile. As we get into the first game of the Coalition of Dreams versus the Anchors. We have quite a banger for us already, and I think one thing that we can't forget to mention is the fact that the Coalition just came off 2 back-to-back barn burner type games, right? Like they had a really long first game where they got comeback on, and that didn't feel very good. And it looks like it's not gonna feel very good for me because I need to disconnect, restart my game, and
Oh no!
Yeah.
Okay, I'll call out the heroes. Okay, so on the side of 1 anchor plus 4 LAS at sea.
No, 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 it's
We've
okay.
got-
Don't do it yet. I'm coming back in. I'm getting back in here.
Okay,
man.
okay.
Don't worry about it. I'm working on it. Smile. Just
Okay,
gotta
okay.
Wait for the program to respond. Please let me reconnect. Please, por favor. Don't
No
bother.
rune shenanigans, so you're all good.
Beautiful,
Everyone's.
beautiful,
It seems
beautiful.
pretty
Yo,
standard.
this production quality scuffed as fuck. From first 5 minute mute to like this shit feels bad, man. But like, it's okay. We'll get there. Smile. It's warming up.
Are they gonna check for the mid ward?
Okay, so we're
Doesn't
into
look
the
like
game. There we go. I can finally see both sides. Thank goodness. As we get into the first game here, I'm going to introduce the side of the coalition. We have Creme de la Creme on this position for Hoodwing, Lupo on the mid, Queen of Pain, JBS fronting on that Spirit Breaker, taking it away from the anchors. We're going to see how well you can do with it. Bushmeat on this Lich, and last but not least, QB, the immortal young hotshot you mentioned on this Faceless Void position 1.
And on 1 anchor, well, I'm gonna wait for the rune because we might have some shenanigans here.
Some high fives coming out, but the spells already thrown as well. Frostblast to start things off, but the charge through JBS. Gonna land it onto Rufio, but chained up it from the bushwhack is Owl. And a bit too far forward, this Dark Willow. Not much to offer up. Goes out Bramble Maze before her last dying breath, but gonna fall.
So as you saw, the death owl is gonna be on the Dark Willow. We've got Lorbid on the position 3 Mars. We've got Benji on the position 4 Lion. We've got Rufio on the position 1 PA, and rounding it out, we've got in the mid lane Chio on the signature Arc Warden here.
Ooh, do you see that? Might have been a bit of a mistake there. Popping the Fairy Fire early on Lupo. Probably did not intend to do that. But not the end of the world. Has that extra gold to work with thanks to the assist, right? That's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think so it's all gonna come down to these early lanes, I feel like, because I feel like the bot lane really has so much potential to be so aggressive here. Benji copying a lot of damage from these auto attacks. Blightstone, Hoodwing, gonna be careful and back up here.
Yeah, I don't think they can. I think there is kill threat, but I think it's on the Hoodwink. I don't know if it's on the Faceless Void.
Right. Yeah, Benji already
Just because the
being
Hoodwink's going to be able
harassed.
to get so much damage out.
But yeah, Benji already
going
being
to
harassed
go
back to the
with
tower, and I'm thinking like maybe, you know, okay, nice little move here from Lobbit. Secures level 2 for himself. But now Bushwhack up, level 2 on QB as well, and has the bashes Lobbit. The spear maybe a bit too far forward by himself, not knowing that Benji had to go back and not respecting the level 2 that could come out from QB, and falls early on this Mars. Creme de la Creme not even done yet. Could have tried with a little bushwhack out, but Benji manages to make the distance.
And some harass coming out in the top lane. Top lane, I don't think is going to have as much kill threat. There's a lot of opportunities to escape. I guess Radiant side could get kind of aggro.
Okay, nice spear into 2-man stun here. Gonna ward them off for now. Benji needs to be careful though, sitting around with very low HP on this Lion.
Yeah,
I'm
this
so scared.
Blightstone is doing work right
Bro,
now.
I'm so scared for this Lion right now. Literally 1 Acon shot and this man's health bar is in shambles. As you see, it's coming out. The spear gonna whiff though, and that could spell the demise of Benji if they're not okay. QB not gonna commit the time warp for it. So okay.
But I like that though. They realize that is the target they have to go for here.
Yeah. It's a Hoodwing that you need to go on, because anytime, even if you do manage to chase them up the Void, it's not nearly enough damage to burst through his entire health bar. Once you remove the Hoodwing from the lane, that's where you can start playing a bit more aggressive and doing the damage to the Void. Lobby has to be careful though. Could have sized up a spear back into the tower, but doesn't throw it out and ends up falling yet again. The bot lane not really panning out the way the anchors were probably expecting, right? They drafted this Mars Lion lane, first to pick, and it's not really kind of bearing the fruits that they would have wanted. Instead, QB getting away with much more than he probably should. And yeah, they're even gonna stack both of the neutrals.
Yeah, and this is kind of putting the game kind of on Chio's hands here, I think, a little bit.
Yeah, I mean it's still early on,
Because
right?
Void,
It's
the
just
start,
too
yeah,
close.
but yeah.
But yeah, like look at how much EXP he's gonna lose by having to walk back the lane here, just having it being kind of killed off by this neutral camp. Very nice stack from them.
Luckily, it's two heroes who the XP disadvantage I don't think will harm too much.
Indeed. And so top lane, relatively quiet. I actually am surprised with this lane swap. Like I thought the Lich would be a bot, but I guess they just deduced that maybe the Hoodwing can do a bit more work here. And the Lich definitely, you know, laying in the work with those Frost Blasts like we said. Okay, a kill actually, they managed to pick off Cream de la Cream, which is exactly what they need. So nice little return there, proving it's not over just yet. We're not just gonna, you know, not just gonna go off quietly into the night here. We still got some fight.
That's a really good realization that like they know they have the damage to do this.
Yeah.
They just need to get the spells, and they did.
Yeah, and this is something that we see a lot of Lions, especially in more coordinated play. They go for the Hex, the early levels in the Hex and the Earth Spike, right? Because the amount of disable flat that you get from that is just so overwhelming. Lobbit under a bit of threat here. The stun though onto Creme de la Cream as we miss a kill onto Bushmeat here, but Lobbit tanking a lot of damage, has to be careful. 2 stacks of time dilation here. I don't think he can make his way
Oh, it was a
away
really
from
good
QB.
bash.
Yeah, very skilled. That's the Immortal coming out right there.
Mm-hmm.
Benji running
And
back
Benji's in
towards
some
the
trouble
wave.
too.
Is
He may
this
have
where he
went the
wanted to
wrong way
go on
here.
the Lion? Doesn't have mana for the... Okay, and just gonna... They're making it look easy. Just kind of a double kill for QB on the bot lane, and as if it wasn't gonna be easy, or at least as if it wasn't scary enough for him. He's gonna start his game off just right. Of course, we did miss a kill on the top lane though. I think it was Al who managed to pick off... Let me double check. Yeah, Al managed to pick off Bushmeat, so probably glancing a bit too forward, trying to throw off the spells, and just caught by a Bramble and the PA jump, and that's all she wrote. The Art of Corrosion, just a very disgusting early laning item for this PA.
Yeah, it just gives them even more kill threat in this lane. The Frost Shield kind of negates it a little bit, but it's still very annoying. Especially just with the damage you're able to get out with Stifling Dagger.
Indeed, indeed. As we take a look into the mid lane, relatively quiet, but just as what we expect, right? Okay, QB another kill in the bot lane, and the bot lane starting to fall apart for the side of the anchors. They look at the levels. It's level 3 Mask, the level 5 Void yet again, and I mean, yes, you get the spear, but you're alone here in this lane. You need to be careful. Creme de la Cream has the medallion already completed and dealing so much physical damage to this Mask.
I saw a
You don't have
bunch
mana,
Oh,
you don't have
dash.
HP. Oh, narrowly survives
he's
there.
okay.
But he has to wince his way back to base. And this is so painful for the off lane, off the side of the anchors yet again. Like you said, it's starting to look like it's going to be very heavily on Chio's back. Of course, this PA is still having a pretty decent time, but as we see, a quick look at the net worth, it's already QB firmly in the top spot, followed by the 2 calls of the side of the coalition. And Bushmeat gonna get stunned up here, but nothing much. But actually a TPR from Lupo. This is the level 6 rotation onto Rufio that he wasn't expecting. They have the Sonic Wave, but not a lot of mana to work with at the moment. The Blink Strike away. Where's the follow-up? They have it. Lines up perfectly. Gets it onto both of them, and Al has to whimper away with that Shadow Realm, but it's only gonna last for that long. The Sinister Gaze pulls him back into his demise. And a nice little rotation there from the Queen of Pain the second he hits level 6. Just TP's up
Ace for
straight.
Geo.
Yeah. Yeah, this is all space for Chio, right? That's why we're talking about working towards that Midas. Even hasting in and stealing away this bounty rune, very cute from him. But
And
actually
you know,
fine.
Queen of Pain's gonna be coming up.
Yeah, but actually missing each other like ships in the night a little bit, opting for a gank in the top. Could find the Spirit Breaker, but of course the Spirit Breaker could charge away. Rufio blinking forward onto the range creep actually, but here comes the clones, and this Lich is more than dead. JBS has the charge over, actually cops it onto Rufio. But yeah, there's not enough damage. Chio just gonna TP his clone out, satisfied with that kill that he got on the Lich, alleviating some of the pressure on the top side.
Yeah, and Al does a rotation bot, just to kind of put a little more
Okay,
pressure.
and Chrono though, QB wants to take out Lobby, but it's hitting him from the side. Is there a spear? Actually whiffs again! And the Bushwhack gonna catch him up. Is that the last hit? He's actually gonna survive? No way! There's a time warp, but QB now, oh, the love spike just slightly off the mark. But QB too
That's
fast.
Chrono committed though.
Yeah, and they managed to bait it out. Lobby managing to stay alive. Still level 4, still suffering, but at least he's not dead. It could be worse. Although at this point, I don't know whether you wish you were dead instead for that free reset. But yeah, like you said, Chrono committed. And now Rufio under some threat in the top lane. The Lich with the Frost Shield, more than enough damage alongside the Spirit Breaker. Didn't even need the Nether Strike. Just levels it up, but they take out Rufio in the top lane, which I don't know, I feel like you can farm pretty safely, right, as this PA with the daggers, but maybe overcommitting there a bit onto the creep wave. 9-3 already at the 2k gold lead, of course. It's not so over just yet, but it's starting to look a bit tough, right? Because it's like we said, the side of the anchors, they don't really have a lot of fight potential if their lanes just fall apart like that. The PA needs time to ramp up. So does this Arc Warden, and it's really gonna be on the back of this Mars. But look at this Mars, man. He's level 4 at 8 minutes. This looks more like a support than the off lane it needs to be.
Yeah, it's also, you have this Chronosphere's, you have this opportunity to go in the void because the Chronosphere's down, but there's really no one on Dire's side who can commit for that kill.
So I think for me, I'm looking at Chio to make the second rotation down into here with his clone, right? He has that available. Should get a TP up. Oh, Spear. Doesn't manage to latch. And JDS, another kill on the top side, managing to pick off Owl, but it looks like they trade it off for Bushmeat. Benji, time dilated up. Throws the Earth Spike out, but it's not enough. He's gonna get struck down by the Mace. And QB on a mega kill streak already. This boy is so fat. He is 5-1 right. He's 5-0 right now. Excuse me. Already Master Madness completed.
Master Madness finished. Moving towards his next item.
Yeah, he doesn't have a lot of mana to work with, but he does have a full stick. But I kind of really want Chio to come down here with the clone, but Midas completed. He's just gonna be farming away safely. Meanwhile, another rotation on the top side. Sonic Wave equals PA kill yet again. I feel like this is the second time that Rufio has died up here in this top lane. And the side lane's just really starting to fall apart for the side of... I say starting to fall apart, but I feel like I've already been saying that. Things are fully crumbling at this point.
Yeah. But Chio's still at the top, so there's a chance for them. They're not fully out of the game.
Yeah,
Some good rotations. There's still a lot of damage output potentially from this team, especially as Benji approaches level 6.
Okay, another kill onto Lobbit in the bot side. Lupo actually blinks in though. Where is the backup? It's a 3v4 at the moment. Owl already falling low. They're trying to kill off this Lich, but it's not. They're not even gonna have enough damage, and the Nether Strike as well onto Rufio. Already 2 down on the side of the anchors in the top side. Not to count their Mars, and it's gonna be 4 people already just falling so early on. 16
Base
to 4.
for Chio.
I mean, yeah, he's sounding a bit more and more like you're on copium at this point, but yeah, Chio's farming away in the mid lane, but how will he alone stand up against all of them? The Mars, not even level 6, he's gonna hit it with this siege creep finally at 11 minutes, but that is not pretty. I mean, they have this arena now, so they can make something happen. We see Benji TPing in with the Finger of Death as well, so they could make a kill happen onto this Faceless Void if it's not too careful. Still very
There's
squishy.
a bit of an alt gap right now between the two teams, so it is potentially a little bit of a seam that they can pull on here.
Yeah, I mean, they need to find a smoke in, but right now Lobby is still showing on the wave, so they should know something's up, but here comes the smoke. This is the move they need to make. If they can find this 5-0 Void, it could end up working out very well for them. They just narrowly miss him though. But they should know he's down,
they're gonna go
he's
for
gonna
Lupo.
show. But they're going for mid instead, and they find Cryptid Cream in the trees. The Hex out immediately alongside the Bedlam and the stun. They're not even gonna need the Finger of Death Void. But Lupo actually getting changed up. Manages to blink out though. No follow-up disable for him.
Tanking the gank, that's actually really good for them.
Yeah, I feel like Cryptid Cream, that's not what you want to get with your first gank like that. You want this Faceless Void. And maybe just with a bit more patience, they could have spotted Lupo out or the Faceless Void as well. But QB, whether intentionally or not, manages to just slightly miss them in the gank and ends up even more space for it. 6k net worth now, closing in on that Maelstrom, and from there the farm is really going to ramp up.
Yeah. But they were able to keep the Finger. It was good job holding back from Benji to not commit the Finger there, so there is still a bit of a kill threat here.
Indeed, indeed. I mean, they still have the arena to work with, right? Which is something that I mean, Lobby, he's still sitting at the bot side, but if he does rotate over, then he can get real scary. Oh, Chio, has he come a bit too far forward? More than you expected here. Pops the clone, but is it too late? The Terrorize is there, but Chio already falling early on. QB TPing in the Hex, trying to save him right now, but the Mask, Spear, and Arena whiffs a little bit. It's gonna keep him alive, but QB doesn't care at all, just time walk through it. Here comes the charge onto Lobbit. This sad little Mask hasn't had much of a game this early on, and he's gonna pay the price for it. Things are just not
looking great.
Not looking great already, and they're knocking on the tier 1 mid. This is not a team that you expect to be pushing this so early on, but if they get this, it could open up the space for this Spirit Breaker and Pop to play even more, and that could spell disaster from the side of the Anchors. There's no way they can defend this Rufio. Still trying to desperately farm out that Battle Fury, but so far away. They did catch eyes on this PA, yes they did. The charge is coming forward, but the TP is out. Is it in time? Yes, it is. Yes, it is, and they should know there's some vision there covering the area.
And this is kind of one of the things about Void that people I think sometimes overlook. As he's pretty deep into the jungle right now, but
Okay, they do manage to get a kill. Chio picks off Crim to the Crim a bit too far forward. The pesky little squirrel dies for, you know, just her insolence in the bot lane over there, thinking she can push the tower. Of course, even though it looks a bit dire from the side of the anchors, Chio, as we said, still has that Midas, still farming up and keeping up in terms of net worth, but the rest of the cores of the anchors, though, not looking so hot in that regard. I feel like, I mean, the thing about Lobbit is that he's always so strong in these team fights, right? But in the early laning stage, if he falls a bit too far behind, then his impact just slowly diminishes with every single death that, you know, he takes. And at this point, I mean, it's gonna take him a while to get to whatever his first item is looking at. Do you get a blink first in this game?
I think you're kind of forced to, right? That's really the only initiation you have.
Yeah, but then that's just gonna mean that you blink in and then instantly die after you pop Arena, right?
Yeah. Yeah, until Benji has one, so you can have the follow-up, stun and disable. It's you kind of need to go God mode on that blink.
Yeah.
5-man spear.
Yeah, a spear can't even latch 5 men, but if someone can do it, it's gonna have to be Lobbit here on this Mars. Not having the hottest of starts, but as we've seen time and time again, Mars very capable of turning around a game just with the ultimate and the spears alone. So you're gonna just have to see whether you can pull that off. Looks like they were attempting a smoke in the top lane though, but QB sniffs it out, just gets out of that situation.
But what I was going to say about Void is when you're ahead like this on Void, you can kind of see it now. You're able to take up so much of the map when your chrono's up. Because the other team is not going to want to fight into you at any point.
That's very true. Like, any time you see the Void, you kind of want to dodge him instead, right? But that means he can take so much space. Crim to the Crim actually falling again in the bot lane, and I mean, this is the BSG classic dead lane concept, right? But okay, a kill onto Benji in the top side. They don't have to commit chrono for it, but that's 2 calls jumping on the poor little lion. They're picking mid now. They want to catch out Rufio. They spotted him, but he's gonna back off as well. And only one TP coming in to try and defend this. They have the chrono. Lobbit needs to be careful here on this Mars. They charge out immediately. They catch sight of Owl as well. This could be a 2-man chrono, and he pops it. No fear whatsoever from QB. Knocks down Owl. Lobbit looking to be next. The Nether Strike thrown in, but really not even needed. That's another 2 kills on the map for the side of the Coalition. They're really firing off right now. 23-7 and a 6k gold lead already.
It truly is starting to look like it is Radiant's game to lose here.
Oh, let's go. I mean, Queen of Pain, even though she's been so active, right, not really super fun.
Yeah, a little behind.
Yeah, I mean, she's finishing up this Orchid soon enough, which is all that matters, right? But the real breadwinner of all this is QB, already working towards the Shadow Blade and as well as this Spirit Breaker. Echo Saber completed and looking towards the Aghanim Scepter. So these cores are gonna be really strong in a short amount of time, and there's a lot of leeway for them to kind of catch up, but they're trying to make it work with a kill in the mid lane here. Earth Spike, Curse Crown set up as well, but Owl not committing the Bedlam, actually a bit strange. I thought now committing the Bedlam after all the disables have been thrown out, that was a bit of a weird coordination. They had fingers, so if Owl had sort of popped that ulti a bit earlier, maybe they could have tried to get a kill, but now Owl had to turn on Lupo. Sharpshooter not even needed. Lupo with a Scream of Pain, damage more than enough. And now the anchors need to turn tail and flee. Even a blink strike away from Rufio. They know how tense this situation is. And the triangle, it's not theirs anymore.
Boots of Travel finish for Chio. So this is where the game really comes down to how much space are they able to make.
Oh, they need to be careful here. They see Lobbit. They're going to pull him in from the top side. But Benji with the Hex, keeping it out. But a nice Chain Frost and Sonic Wave on the 2. Melts him completely. Nether Strike once again, not even needed. QB glancing forward. He wants to get these kills. Chio has to pop the clone, but running away from this time dilation. The charge not on the right one. But here comes Owl with the kit. The Shadow Realm enough to finish him off. And QB gonna be A-okay taking that 240 gold for free. But that ends up being a 3-for-1 trade. Ultimately, Chio's still alive though, so not the end of the world. It really is on his back, more than he probably would like it to be. Al trying to get in here unnoticed with the disables.
Chrono
Lupo has to
up
be a bit
in
careful,
10.
but here comes the Brambles, not enough damage though, manages to blink away, and as Beta Chio successfully too far in. The Outwater is gonna fall, body by Al is the sharpshooter, but not nearly enough to keep the line alive. The damage from the Frost Shield is enough, but they could get a return kill on the QB
This
here.
could be huge!
And they do!
Huge!
That's a 10 godlike kill
Morbid!
streak for Lorbit, lands the arena when it matters, and that's his blink! Chill, please, give us a chance. I mean, they do. That's the chance that they need, right? The kill onto that void just puts a nail in his momentum. Basically, a big red cone in the middle of the road of rampage that they've basically been going on, and Lorbit now he's back in the game. Level 11 now, catching up in a big way, and now with this blink, he can really start to make the moves happen.
Perfect execution from Radiant all game, and then just the Faceless Void just getting a little too greedy.
No,
just slightly greedy.
No, you understand it, right? Because they're looking at the Lorbit on a bit of a warning mission himself, but silence out. You can't cast spells even with Soul Ring, my friend. You're trying to fight up against a Queen of Pain, but she nicely dodges that spear, and Lorbit, that fresh little blink dagger is
one of the
fall.
most beautiful baits in the game from Lorbit.
Oh. I mean, I don't know how much of a bait that is, or was that a bait of his own team? The Lion dies as well, and now Al trying to have to run, but QB gonna pop the chrono on Chio, and they're not letting Al interfere. They're holding him hostage, and 2 down onto the additional 2. That's 4 down total. I don't know if you can do math. I certainly can't. It's too early in the morning. But what looked like maybe a bit of a bait play from Lobby, he ends up paying the price for it, and then suddenly it goes all catastrophically wrong, right? QB is there with the Chrono and the Shadow Blade getting the setup onto Chio, and this Arc Warden once again firmly put to a stop. I mean, he's still ramping up, of course, as Arc Wardens do, but really every single death or every single bit of space this Arc Warden is not getting is so integral.
But now, I mean, Benji did get the finger kill there, so this plus 40 bonus damage is going to be mighty helpful.
Indeed. Seems like there's
This
some
needs 5 or 6 more of those.
Okay, they get a kill on the Rufio on the top side again. Lupo just makes that kill solo happen with the Orchid presumably alongside the Scream, Sonic Wave rather. And it seems like this bit of tensions running high. It looks like Crim says, we have a grudge against my former lane mate for the HGC League. So I'm not really sure who they're referring to. I think it might be Lobby or Rufio, because I feel like the rest didn't play that league, but I'm not entirely sure. They're trying to smoke up though. They want to find this void, but QB once again his spider sensors are tingling. They find him though. Here comes the spear and the arena. The perfect setup. Where is the follow-up? They need the disable. It's not there.
No.
Oh,
Here it is now.
Where's the Bramble? Here comes the Cursed Crown. Do they have the follow-up? The stuns thrown out, but QB dodges them perfectly. The heck, is it enough? The stun as well. Earth Spike, another spear. Is it there? Doesn't even need it. Throws it out in celebration. They get another kill onto QB, which is exactly what they need. Meanwhile though, top lane being pressured, mid lane being pressured. They're gonna send an Arc Warden clone off to alleviate some of it, but I don't think they can stop this tower from going down. Is the deny there? Ow. Ow denied. Ow. Denied it. Ow. Not like this. Perhaps a bit too scared running away there, and Lupo just manages to blink back in and steal it from right under the crying face coming out from Al. Probably panicked a little bit there, but...
Benji, though, getting ever closer to this Blink Dagger, and we've seen what this man can do with a Blink Dagger on this Lion, so...
Indeed. Actually opted for the Arcane Boots this game, which is quite an interesting pickup, but maybe just answering the call of his team, right? Maybe everyone's like, guys, I don't have mana, so he's like, okay, I'll get the mana boot.
Okay.
Creme de la Creme, very fond on this position for Hoodwink. Medallion, Aether Lens, and now working towards. Almost has that Maelstrom, so might even build to that Gleipnir that you were talking, that you were raving so strongly about.
And we haven't talked about Rosh at all this game, but an
arena though, no time to talk about that. But the spear, a bit off the mark yet again. It looks pretty straightforward, but okay, nice little Curse Crown to interrupt it. Oh, Lorbit, he's gonna get Netherstruck back though. and he falls for his sins. Rufio trying to go in on the bush meat here, but now being chain disabled got the 70% bash. It's there,
Oh,
and
no.
meanwhile Chio now trying to get away from QB. Benji needs to buy the space. A nice two-man earth spike, buying enough room for Chio to get out of this scot-free. This man can't show his face right now. He needs to be so careful, but Lupo doesn't seem to catch sight of him.
They don't see him.
Yeah, they don't see him, and Chio manages to get out of it. Ooh, that was close.
Even gonna pressure bot lane.
Yeah, so very
Micro
nice.
skills.
I mean, this is literally all they can do. He's gonna get a tower, but if anything, that just gives the side of the coalition a free 45 locking up into this tier 2.
Yeah.
Dire's middle tower is being attacked.
They should be able to get this one with ease here. No arena, but they respect the 45 and they back up.
But these fights are starting to look a little closer than they were. They still need to be getting a little more out of these, but you know, Radiant side showing that they can bleed.
Yeah, they're starting to warm up a little bit here on the side of the anchors, and
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if it's too little, too late. Beats. Take a look at the scoreline. It's 12k net worth,
Yeah.
39 to 12, right? Yes, you're starting to land those abilities like you need to, but really have to ask ourselves the question: is it a bit too late? Have the coalition run away with their lead too high, right? Because you take a look, they've gotten the Aegis within a blink of an eye, and now the arena as well, but not able to catch. I don't really know who that was. I think it was the Queen of Pain who just blinked out. So that's arena expended. The clone coming in, trying to dish out some damage on the QB, but the charge forward as well, alongside the sharpshooter. QB has to be so careful here because he's falling a little low. Has that Aegis to work with, but last thing he wants is to lose it for no reason. Target's gonna be Aldo, caught in between all the players on the side of the coalition, gonna fall. Now looking towards the
I
mid.
think that was good from Owl to kind of sacrifice a little bit there.
Yeah, but I mean, at this point, you don't have your Willow for another 30 seconds, and the enemy
Yeah.
team, they're looking towards high ground, baby.
And they have all the ults.
Dire's middle
Yeah, I mean, they have nothing to be scared about, and like, you don't have arena. How are you gonna hold them off, right? You're TPing back on the Outwater now, but you need to be so scared. There is the bubble, the magnetic field that we always talk about. So frustrating to play against, and yeah, you can't even hit this tower while it's up. It's gonna pop the clone as well and pop another magnetic field to just keep them at bay. Nothing much they can do about
I
that
mean,
one.
this
They'll have
is-
to.
Rax defended so far.
Yeah. I mean, they still have Aegis and QB still hunting for more. They need to be careful on this PA though. Could get caught up by a chrono. But yeah, thinks better of it.
Yeah.
Stays behind the tower. Very smart from Rufio. Okay, Owl being spotted out by these wards here. Throwing out is the bushwhack, but here comes Cream de la Cream, speared up into the tower. Lobby doesn't have an arena to work with, but the pick up depth is not enough. The Screen of Pain as well finishes off Owl, but doesn't get much else. Lobby picking low here. The time dilation is gonna be enough. JBS now under fire, but Benji so low on the HP. The stun out on the QB, but Lupo is there to finish it up with speed.
Buybacks.
And now QB, no fear at all. Even as the BKB to work with, they're buying back on the both supports. But now QB, he's already backing off, knowing just how much time and effort he has wasted on the side of the anchors. He's gonna be happy with that. Just lick his lips,
Yep.
rub his hands together, and get back to farming.
Just keep having that gold lead continue to work its way up.
Our tier 3 items now for the side of the coalition. They're obviously gonna have the privilege of farming those up first because they have free reign of the map.
Regeneration.
Any tier 3 items you think could really change things up for the side of the anchors here?
Maybe like I mean, an Elven Tunic isn't bad. Paladin would be really good for the PA. Just give you a little more time in these fights. A little more time. Maybe you get one more coup de grace off.
Yeah, that could be the difference maker, right? Because the Void, as much as you can time out the damage off, if you just crit him 4 times in a row and knock his entire health bar down in one fell swoop, then there's no time walk in that.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, Dire's showing that they really want to fight this one out to the bitter end too. It really feels like they think that possibly if Chio can just get a bit more farm, and maybe they get this BKB up on the PA. I mean, the PA can still probably hit the back line with the BKB.
Trio, the clone, out and about here. Has to be a bit careful because they're looking for the real one. Little do they know, or maybe they should have an idea that the real one is hidden so far back. Actually goes for 4 staff on Chio over here. What do you think of this pickup?
I think it's pretty good.
Nether strike onto Owl and the Dark Willow evaporates immediately. Where is the backup? Chio got to force off his clone in though. Trying to do what he can.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good to get your friends out of there a little bit. Save your friends. These ghosts are going to be very annoying.
Indeed they are.
It's going to be a lot of damage coming out.
The charge low, they're trying to make something happen. Already QB falling a little low, but it's Rufio who falls. 2 supports
This is
alongside
not
the
enough.
carry. All dead, and now Chio caught alone in the chrono. Where's the help? It's not there. The buyback is available, but now Lobby, he can't even throw up the arena in time. He pops up the walls. And it's just a nice little attraction. Some scenery for the side. Oh, Lobby. It says call it.
Call it.
What is going on? Is this some like reverse VM? What's going on? Us? Yeah, what is going on here? Call it so we can tie, please. We're gonna not do that yet. Yeah, so just some a little bit of spicy all chatting coming out, maybe a bit of frustration from Lobbit as well, but I mean, rightfully so. It kind of just felt like it fell apart for them since the start. And I mean, if I'm the anchors, I mean, as much as there is the hope of an Art Warden, I would just say go reset, right? If someone's not really feeling confident in this game, if you feel like, you know, you want a second try around, just go next, try again, you know, warm-up game, right? It's not always gonna look pretty, but now you have a better idea of, you have no idea what they're gonna bring, you have no idea what they're gonna bring, they kind of show a bit now, and then now you're a bit better prepared, you can bring your A game for the next series, try and tie it up. I mean, we just need to take a look at the net worth, right? 18k almost farmed up by this Void, and 26k gold entirely up. The entirety of Radiant is so farmed compared to every single member of the Dire, so much so that the Hoodwink has more GPM than the Mars and the PA. That is insane.
Yeah, this is I mean, I like this play. Like, you really just need to do whatever you can. And a smoke play like this is kind of like a final,
last hurrah, right?
last-ditch effort. Yeah.
Yeah, this is literally the last straw in the pile here. I wouldn't be surprised to see a GG call if they don't manage to make something work. The smoke is gonna pop though. It's Lupo who pops
It's gonna be Krem again.
But now the scream onto all 4, and QB doesn't have the chrono but doesn't even need it. They're gonna wipe out Benji straight off the bat. Not even a chance to use the Finger of Death. And Chio, he's gonna melt as well. There's your Art Warden on the sidelines for 90 seconds. And GG is called. The XD's out as well. That's gotta hurt for the side of the anchors.
Yeah, they did begin to crawl back a little bit, but the execution from Radiant was just way too impressive.
Yeah, it felt like they had it in, I don't know, it felt like they just had it in control this entire game. The Coalition pedal to the metal since the start and never relenting. Just putting on so much pressure on the anchors, leaving them really with not a lot of moves to make.
Yeah, but I think there was some things that they can look back on and maybe not feel too bad about. I think there's a possibility they can come back and win game 2 with some solid play.
I mean, we've seen it before and we've seen it again. We'll probably see it again, right? The thing about the anchors is that they never go down without a fight. Of course, that all changed in their recent series against PZ, but will they be able to shake it off, or will they, you know, it was kind of a similar first game where they had moments of brilliance where it looked like they could turn around the fights, but it all came back to bite them in the end as they kind of relented in their game. And overall in their series, this really is the sort of trajectory or like redemption arc for them. Can they claw back to be worthy of the title of the 1-1 anchors, or will the Coalition just stomp through all of their dreams?
Alright, I'm gonna go to the washroom real quick. Oh, I'm out of your party.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're taking a short break, I believe.
I'll wait for the lobby to come up.
Okay, I'm gonna invite you. There it is.
don't want to miss the boat on the game. I might have to dip halfway through